to Monday, the 29th of September. It is cracking through the year. I'd like to pay my respects to the spirits of the land where it is blue and grey. Take your pick which window you want to look out. That side still looks nice. That side looks like it's coming down hard soon. So, and it might feel a little bit like that today. All right, so we have a bit of a sensitive feel. The moon still is in Sag, so we do have access to that optimism. We can try and, philosophize, spiritualize, think higher thoughts. But we're still in the fields. It still is the moon, and it looks like it's working. I have someone here. Good morning. How are you? All right, so like I said, the moon is in Sagittarius up until 7:55. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Deborah. Happy Monday to you as well. So yeah, so Saggy moon all day through to 7:55. Good morning, Louise. Hello, Heather. How are you? Now the moon's doing some tricky stuff. Okay, so first of all, we have the moon star is in a trine. All right, so helpful. Good morning, Helen. With Chiron up until 11:30. All right, that's when that becomes exact. Now, this is where this sensitivity is coming in, but also the fact that the moon is going to be square Saturn, which restricts and feels like we're not moving fast enough. The flow is just not flowing. So the moon is square Saturn and Neptune because those two are still together, even though they're out of sign, between 4 and 9. Okay, so meh. And then after 4 o'clock, we start an inconjunct. All right, so there's tension and adjustment required to Uranus. Good morning, Christy. How are you? So I'll just read the words. So, are you feeling a little bit sensitive? The flow may be a little bit on the slow side today, and because you're in it or you're in a sensitive place, everything may feel like you're poking a bruise. You can move through this, but make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Ease into situations, support the actions you need to take with gentle words of encouragement. Good morning, Susan. Rather than criticism, all right? Dial down that inner critic, all right? Because everybody, and remember that everyone is feeling it, so tread lightly. Okay, so just be aware if you're feeling it, then other people are feeling it too. And I mean, you might not be, you might be like uber optimistic and just sort of like bouncing around, but I'm just looking at this. All right, so now we do have Mercury square Jupiter, opposition Chiron in conjunct the North Node. What does that mean? All right, so the in conjunct to the North Node is now. All right, so what we're doing is by allowing ourselves to see the bigger picture or think the bigger picture or be aware of it, cognitively aware of it. All right, so there's that Mercury square Jupiter, even though we know what that bruise is from and we know that it hurts. But just like a scab or a bruise, you're always like, does it still hurt? Does it still hurt? Does it still hurt? It still hurts. All right. So the adjustment is knowing that we have a bruise and don't poke it. Just let it heal, or go put some arnica on it so you can sort of help your body move the blood along. All right, same goes for you. You know that you need to go into situations that may be causing you stress, or maybe you're on a time constraint. That just support yourself, whether that's making sure that you are having enough water, are you standing up from your desk enough, are you training, are you eating well. Remember, we are just spiritual beings living in this meat bag. All right, this meat bag needs certain requirements, and if you have a spiritual malady, then you can work on your physical form, and honestly, it just eases so much stuff. All right, getting yourself moving, making sure that you're well hydrated and all your nutritional requirements are met. Your body is your vehicle. All right, if you are feeling sluggish, then put better petrol in. All right, so The sun still not making any connections. So we've got Mercury, now Venus. I haven't done the words for the week because I've been studying, but on Sunday, Venus meets the South Node. All right. So now, these nodal things are these, fated or universal sort of indicators. Good morning, Sally. How are you? So with this Venus in Virgo, does she? Oh, she's in fall in Virgo. Okay, so even though she's off in her, forest hut, she doesn't have all of the things that she usually requires. Remember when she was moving from Leo into Virgo, and I was sort of using that analogy where she was packing only the necessities, all right? So Venus is in a situation where she knows a lot, but she doesn't have all of her tools. She's just got the bare minimum implements. Okay. So now she's moving towards this South Node experience, which is draining and exhausting. The cup's got holes in it. She's being reminded of all the yucky things that she needs to let go of. But because we are creatures of habit, and we live with this constant CD or tape in our head, spouting those same recordings all the time until we go, oh, hang on a minute, I don't want to listen to that tape anymore. I'm going to put something else in. Anyway, so on Sunday, when Venus reaches the South Node, we're going to have that experience where it's like, oh my God, I don't need to listen to, um, I don't know, Tears for Fears anymore. That's a pretty good, actually, Tears for Fears. All right. Do we really need to keep listening to the things that make us cry? So, because of our fears. Thank you, universe. That was a great band to use right then. So, I just want you to be aware this week. Like I said, Mercury can see what the ouchy thing is, but the wisdom is to stop poking yourself, all right? The adjustment is required that we get onto a different path where we just allow ourselves to heal. Venus at this time is seeing what the problem is, all right? She's seeing that, oh, maybe I am gluten intolerant. South Node in Virgo is very much a food related experience. You could be, with Venus, it's hormones as well. So, with Venus in Virgo, if you are having any digestive complaints or something food related, absolutely spot on time. This might be the time where you have a look at your diet and go, oh, maybe I need to cut out certain things. Maybe you've been a little bit um, can't think of the right word. You've been consuming too much stuff that you shouldn't. It's time to get yourself back on track, adjust that trajectory in whatever sort of manner that you're sort of looking at, and yeah, start to do the right thing. But this week, all right, we're moving towards that sensitive place. So again, be as gentle as you can. Now, so Jupiter is also trine Saturn square Chiron, all right? Yeah, there we go, Louise. Yeah, so pay attention to your diet, make sure you're moving, having water. I just got salt and lemon for you as well. Like, how's your electrolyte balance? If you have got an upset tummy, just make sure that your electrolytes are all good. And there's that vegan holistic electrolyte drink: honey, lemon, salt. Going to get all of those sugars and minerals back up. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of wisdom that you already have in your body right now. So if you're tired, then rest. And if you're tired and if you're grumpy, obviously that negative inner critic is very loud. So this is where we want to wrap ourselves up with cotton wool if that's not what's needed. Because when the moon moves into Capricorn, there is a job to be done. All right. So we've got the moon in Capricorn for Tuesday and Wednesday. All right. So this is where there's shit to do. I need to get on the right path. I need to make sure I write a plan. Usually I say on Sundays, Sunday night is a time where I sort of do my week ahead. Maybe you can do that today. If you didn't do it yesterday, because yesterday was a very restless day. I don't know about you guys, but there was definitely restlessness in my bones yesterday. So usually I say over Sagittarius days that there's optimism, but over this weekend there just seemed to be a little bit more tension, and it's followed through to today. So again, I can't tell. We are, tomorrow there is the first quarter square. All right. So even now, we're not quite sure what we're doing with ourselves. So, like that moon is still growing. There's just this like, all right. So if you are feeling that, ground yourself. Excellent. And okay, yeah, ice cream. If dairy is your thing, then yeah, don't be eating dairy. So how does that feel, guys? All right, I'm going to go into the Dream Weavers because I am. Where are my glasses? Okay, let's have a look. What is the perfect card for today? This one. What is this one? All is calm upon these shores. Oh, there we go. All right, that is just so lovely. All right, so that is card number 29. All right. A calm and centered sense of self, radical acceptance, peaceful interactions with others, and releasing attachment. There are days when you know you've done all you can and surrendered your attachment to outcomes, trusting that things will turn out the way they will. You don't have anything to prove anymore. When you reach this moment, you experience a kind of satisfaction and accomplishment that may not even have anything concrete, any real perceived success connected to it. You just know peace and serenity. This may be fleeting, but it doesn't matter how long you stay at peace. Once you know that feeling, you can always return to it. The way to these the way to these calm inner shores is simple. Meditation and prayer, coupled with surrendering your wants and your attachments to the will of the divine, being humble and grateful for what is in front of you, letting go of the need to control or change anything outside yourself is key. This is not a passive state, but rather an action of choice, like radically accepting what you cannot change. The Serenity Prayer beautifully outlines this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Peace is the state of knowing that all is well and enjoy it because it is. All right, I like that one. So, while we're in this state of sensitivity, where we're feeling like things are dragging, they're not going as fast as what we want. We've previously had this Tears for Fears experience where, maybe we were scolded for not being efficient enough or not having it done fast enough, when really you should just be going, I'm going at my best pace to give the best that I can in this moment. So please, lots of gentle, supportive words to yourself today. Oh, yeah, letting go of control. That's it. So, on this calm moment, I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm around today. So if anybody does want a little check-in or a reading, then please reach out. I am studying. I'm moving on to essay number 2. So